Hassan Piker and his orbiters and all these people, they're all retards. And they're destroying their careers for nothing. What happened? What's the latest news in the drama slop space? More Pegasus.
Welcome back to a series so villainous, even Frieza subscribed. In today's video, Hassan is now mad at me for literally showing his own clips in context, and he's crashing out at commentary channels. Local Hassan orbiter and terminal simp Mike from PA has exposed himself,
Also known as the cousin of Jared from Subway.
and a clip
Maybe
is
his
going
brother.
viral where he is calling Jews a demonic ethnicity. Somebody's
Oh,
mask
yeah? You don't
accidentally
say.
slipped and he forgot to say the word Zionist this
Dude, bro, all of their masks keep slipping.
time. Not looking good for Hassan's little goon squad. Asmongold has responded going after Twitch, recommending people to even go after ad.
Yeah, remember when Asmongold was suspended because he said that Palestinians had a inferior culture? Remember that? Which is true, based. But no, you talk about the Jews, no, you don't get banned for that. Because they're not a protected class.
Advertisers. Ethan has responded as well, just absolutely dunking on Mike. Mike from PA has responded, subscribe to expose the truth about every single Hassan orbiter. Now let's begin with Hassan calling out slop tubers once again. Hassan thinks
he's so
apolitical
mad.
commentators
He's so
are
mad.
poisoning the brains of America's young men. So somebody tweeted out, in late 2023, the serious thinkers on this website and in the
You know what I gotta say about that? Anarchy!
media at large called you a Q-level conspiracy theorist radical if you suggested that Israel intentionally bombed a hospital. So Hassan responds, there's an entire commentary sphere of YouTube that is poisoning the brains of America's young men under the guise of apolitical commentary. Wow, I wonder who he's talking about. Whose only involvement with Israel
He's talking about us. He's talking about us, guys. We're important. We're being mentioned.
commentary has been to try and smear the few content creators who have actively spoken out against Israel. Right, this is Hassan's go-to strategy. Just instantly make it a political issue and instantly
Boy, oh boy, I can't wait for my cancellation campaign.
make it an Israel versus Palestine thing. Dude, people are calling you out because you specifically, even unrelated to this war, are a complete scumbag who constantly does propaganda and lies nonstop. Not to mention you're an ultimate terrorist glizzy gladiator,
Ooh.
okay? You give them the Gluck Gluck 9000, and that is not a political
man.
issue.
He went
That
hard
just
with
shows
that
you
one.
are so brain rotted that you legitimately think that's an okay position to have. Now, who is he talking about here? Well, let's do some maths here. So he talks about apolitical commentary. Obviously, Asmon, he calls him specifically Asmongold or a right-wing.
Well, he wouldn't call Asmongold an apolitical streamer because, or a apolitical drama channel, whatever he was calling him, because Asmongold is obviously a right-wing extremist.
grifters and not talking about him. Nux is obviously political. Pretty much the only person left here is me, but obviously he's too afraid to name drop or he's gonna get episode 1000 on his ass. Literally, my one position on this is don't be a
Oh, bro, I cannot wait until he name drops more Pegasus. That would be absolutely diabolical.
terrorist glazer. Apparently that's like a controversial stance to have. And I obviously call out people from both sides. I made an entire video on Trump hiding the Epstein files. In fact, I would argue
course it
I'm
got
one of the most
demonetized.
unbiased
It got flagged for me too. It didn't get completely demonetized.
people here, considering I'm not even American, so I don't really give a shit about your politics. Most of my
Also, my video about Ava Chris Tyson got demonetized, probably just from mentioning his name.
opinions are just common sense opinions, which is why majority of people actually agree with it. It is simply calling out degeneracy, right? So how about you address the actual arguments, right? Prove you're not a terrorist glazer, prove that you're not an anti-Semitic freak, and for once in your goddamn pathetic life, admit some wrongdoing. Holy shit, take accountability. People responded more
What?
places.
Accountability? I don't think accountability actually exists on the left. I think that is a part of being on the left, is there is no accountability over there.
Nugs have broken this man. He smears himself by spewing terrorist propaganda to the point of absurdity. But no, let's just blame moderate commentators like Pegasus instead of taking accountability for his own awful behavior and reputation. Okay, so basically everybody recognizes this is literally directed at me. I don't know who else it could possibly be. Is Hasan not the same thing? Is he also not poisoning the minds of young people? He absolutely is. I mean, the amount of damage this guy has done, dude. I'm just saying, if I was president, this dude will be out of my country, all right? Translation, I hate when those dirty little commentary YouTubers report
like that's kind of how you know that the government is out of touch, because they have no idea anything that's going on in this space. They have no idea. Don't know who Hasan Piker is. They don't know any of the streamers, even though they're really the new celebrities. It's a little bit more spread out. There's like a lot more, and there's not really anybody who's as famous as some of the celebrities, but these are the new celebrities. These are who everybody's paying attention to.
On my extreme or dumb takes. Don't you know streaming is harder than 9 to 5, or pics or nothing happened? Literally, if you want people to stop making videos about you and stop talking about you, how about you stop screwing up on a daily basis? It's not hard. So
yeah, it's not hard, but he is trying to be on the side of everything wrong. Everything that's good, he doesn't like. He has to be on the side of everything against that is everything good.
Sound system, hide, alter, strawman, avoid, and name call. Anyways, let's move on to a classic Hasan Orbiter. This is the Omega Terminal Simp who has the most cringe viral clip in existence.
I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab.
Oh man, not this again.
I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
Can I help you?
Well, apparently he has exposed himself big time. Here he's calling Jews a ethnicity.
That's so
I mean,
crazy.
this should 100% get you banned. I mean, this is just
not.
straight up anti-Semitic.
That is right.
The curse of Iran's unremitting aggression, or the blessing of a historic reconciliation between Arab and Jew. In the days that followed
That's
that,
crazy.
the blessing
Jew is not a fucking ethnic. It is a Jewish is not an ethnicity. This constructed ethnicity. This demonic
What the fuck are you talking
ethnicity.
about?
Wholly invented.
Ooh, Mike, you forgot to say Zionist this time. Ay, 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 ay. What did I say, guys? What did I say? That these guys are just straight up anti-Semitic. And
Yep.
they're just using the war between...
I don't even think they're actually anti-Semitic. I think they're literally just evil. You know? I think they're just going to choose all of the options for the evil guy. That is the player that is the character they are playing in the role-playing game. Their RPG player is all of the bad decisions.
Israel and Palestine as an excuse to be extremely hateful. And I told you, I was just absolutely spot on here. Who would have thought the Hasan Orbiter is an absolute anti-Semitic, disgusting freak? Also, what the hell did he say there? Jew is not an ethnic? Bro, even your own brain is telling you to stop. It literally malfunctioned. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if...
Yeah, it's like in Fallout New Vegas when you have low intelligence. Low intelligence, low charisma, and then you choose all the bad options. That's what you get. That's what these people are. That's the kind of characters they're playing.
Hitler was reincarnated as a modern day streamer. Wouldn't he be saying the exact same shit? That Jews are a demonic ethnicity? Bro, you should 1000% get banned for this. Dan Clancy literally looks at this and starts nutting. He starts emitting milk, bro. He's like, yes, yes, more anti-Semitism on my platform. I love it. I love it. Happy birthday.
It's just more evidence to me that Twitch is bought and paid for by terrorist organizations. I think that's what's happening. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Dear son.
Happy birthday to you.
Here's what people are saying.
Like, at this point, they're gonna have to prove that they're not for me to believe that they're not.
Phew, at least he didn't promote a YouTube or Kick stream. This is a reference to Twitch's new rules.
At least we know who's funding Kick. It's a bunch of, like, isn't it a gambling site that owns Kick? Stake? Is it Stake?
You know, you can't be promoting in different platforms. Or run a red light, or show his hole. Mike from the right, that's actually nuts. Rob's Media is a great YouTube video about this guy. He was a failed politician in Pennsylvania. Then he hovered over another street.
Politician is kind of a strong word. failed attempted politician, maybe.
Before she shot him down. Now he's a Hassan leech. Dude, literally a completely failed human being, bro. Guys, this isn't real. Ethan just hallucinated this, obviously. It's so sad. I hope he wakes up. I haven't seen a more clear-cut permaban in a while, and it won't happen. Hitler approves of this message. Twitch CEO gonna get the guest for the next stream, obviously. Just reincarnate him. Anyways, Asmongold responded. He's rallying his community to bring attention to the recent Mike from PA clip. Says that they would do and have tried to do the same thing to him. Basically, he talks about going after Twitch's advertisers if they actually don't take appropriate action for this,
Yeah,
right?
man.
And normally,
Like, that's what they did to Asmongold.
I wouldn't support this, you know, if it's like a creator beef and you disagree with someone. Obviously, you're not supposed to go after their source of income or whatever. But I think Twitch as a platform is just fostering so much anti-Semitism. This like needs to be done.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you fucking deserve.
It has gone way too far. It is like openly hateful.
And anyway, no, I think that we should do that. I do. I think this is over the line. And I think we should get the community together and make sure that every Jewish advocacy group in the world knows that this is happening. And maybe even people at Amazon.
Dude.
And so we can do this maybe on Discord or on Twitter. Why don't we go ahead and get a list together right now of all of the different advocacy groups, and we are going to message all of them and see if we can get something done about this.
That's fucking
I do.
crazy.
I think this is insane. This is a crazy, crazy thing to do. Mike made the VOD available to subscribers. It doesn't matter.
Dude, imagine if this makes international news. That they'd probably be like, holy shit, man, I'm famous.
We have the clip. Everybody has the
Iran's
clip.
Unremitting aggression.
That's it.
It is Jewish is not an ethnicity. This construct.
And I think that if Twitch doesn't do something about this, I think that we should just go and open up Twitch on a browser, look at every advertiser that Twitch has, and then send it to every advertiser that Twitch has. These people would do this instantaneously to me, to somebody else like you, instantly. The only way you deal with this is that you have to
Yep.
do it to them.
You know,
Fight fire with fire. They want to play the dirty games, we'll play them right back.
I was gonna say something dumb like bring up Twitch's TOS and, you know, read the rules. But
Yeah, that's not going to work. TOS is bullshit on Twitch.
I think we're past that point. I think anybody with a functioning fucking brain knows that this is not allowed on Twitch. And obviously DJ Dan Clancy is just allowing this to happen on a routine
I
basis
wonder.
over and
I
over.
wonder if they're going to do something about this. I'm going to take a bet that they're not.
Over and over again. And you know, I think genuinely Twitch needs to face like actual consequences for this, because at this point people are just becoming way too bold with the shit. They legitimately know that they can just get away with the shit and nothing really happens. Like you get a slap on the wrist ban like Hassan, and then you can continue to glaze terrorists and be openly anti-Semitic, right? Honestly, fuck Twitch, all right? All my homies hate Twitch.
When I start streaming, I ain't going to be streaming on Twitch.
And you know, I'm telling you, the
I would just get banned immediately. I already know.
downfall is coming. I've been screaming it from the heavens for the past few years, all right? And I am a future predictor, so it's only a matter of time. Sometimes the predictions take a while, but
Yeah, when I start streaming, it's going to be on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. YouTube, Rumble, and Kick.
they will all come to fruition. Believe it. Asmon responded again, how is calling people of Jewish ethnicity a demonic entity not an instant permaban? What the fuck is going on? I'm starting to think that maybe Twitch does actually have an anti-Semitism problem.
I think they have a pro-terrorism problem, actually. I think that's the real problem here. I think they're taking funny money.
I mean, I know people have made this argument a million times, but literally replace that group with another group of people and you're gonna have an absolute PR disaster. I mean, even this is a PR disaster, but it would be like on all the mainstream news sites and everywhere. Tecton responds, but I get banned for 2 weeks for calling
right.
fat. All right, I'll just finishing the sentence there. Nux
Yeah,
responds,
he doesn't even have to finish it. We all know.
the Jews, and we got Mike from PA looking particularly masculine today. They're going after pro-Palestinian voices, probably the same people who advocated for Asmon to be banned. No, we're demanding that Twitch actually follows their TOS and ban this clear as day anti-Semitic from the platform. This is
At least be fair about it. At least be fair. Ban him for 2 weeks.
unironically like a Hassan talking point.
Which wouldn't be fair, but at least do something.
Like anytime he's criticized about anything, he literally just says, well, you're trying to take down the only pro-Palestinian voices. Oh, what about Israel? Oh, what about the, like, bruh, you're just being completely ridiculous. Oh my god, we got an image from Lazy Shell.
Oh, man,
Commie
that's
Couch
rough.
Puncher about to be animated.
Jared
Okay,
from
somebody
PA.
did. They actually brought up the policy regarding hateful conduct. Twitch does not permit behavior that is motivated by hatred, prejudice, or intolerance, including behavior that promotes or encourages discrimination based on race, ethnicity. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought, guys?
But if you don't believe that Jews are actually an ethnicity, then it doesn't count.
Mike from PA might be the most beta man I've ever had the displeasure of knowing in my life. Dude, I'm trying to make this video, but I keep thinking of that clip and just dying laughing,
Yeah,
bro.
it's so
Anyways,
cringe.
Ethan responded, Mike, you forgot to say Zionist. No.
Oh, no.
My one defense is out the door.
mask
They
slips.
just hate Jews. This, where just anti-Zionist has always been a mask. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, half these people use it as an excuse to be as hateful as humanly possible. Jews are absolutely an ethnic group. The fact that that needs to be debated is just crazy. That isn't a Zionist conspiracy. That's just based on how ethnic groups are defined. Mike forgot to bring a couch on stream to punch. How's he gonna take out his anger now, guys? Oh my god. Anyways, Ethan responded on his podcast, and here he talks about Mike threatening his life. If you remember in the past, Mike had that clip where he said Ethan needs to bleed from the corner of his mouth.
With people like Ethan, not gonna stop until he's bleeding out of the corner of his mouth.
Literally just openly advocating for violence.
Mike from PA just called Jews a, quote, demonic ethnicity.
Wow.
That sounds pretty bad.
That's crazy.
That sounds.
He said that Jews aren't an ethnic group and also said that they're a demonic ethnicity. That's so fucking crazy.
That's crazy. Pretty bad.
Sounds unbelievable, even.
I think it was just a slip of the tongue, but it still like shows their true colors. We all know that that's what he actually thinks. The mask slips. We already knew it was under the mask.
Well, this is Mike from PA who, for whatever reason, continues to have a career on Twitch, despite on a weekly basis wishing
is right.
death
Curse
or
of
violence
Iran.
upon me. Like, why does
By the way, this zero sugar mug root beer, based. Best root beer. Besides Barks. Barks is the best. But mug is a close second.
Dan Clancy want me to die? I mean, I understand if he didn't like me, right? I've been in pain in his ass, probably. But why does he want me to die?
I don't think he wants you to die.
Then why is he allowing Mike to threaten my life? Unless
True.
he agrees with them.
It's so
I mean,
crazy.
there's literally zero explanation for this. Dan Clancy says that Hassan is his favorite streamer. I mean, just do the maths there. Put 2 and 2 together. He absolutely agrees with this shit based on, how he's responding to
Yep.
it. He goes to this shit, bro. He has a special...
Dude, I really don't know why. Like, somebody like Mike from PA has to be banned for that. But I think it's because Dan Clancy has similar views, or the people that he likes that he's taking money from has similar views. I don't know. Allegedly taking money from, because I really don't know. And I haven't heard anybody else but me say this. I really think that they're taking money from terrorist organizations. No real evidence for this. It's just, I'm going off of feelings and off of vibes. That's what it's vibing for me.
rag reserved for anti-Semitism. Not to be confused with his e-girl rag, of course, and not to be confused with his Hassan rag, of course. Important distinction there. In the words of the intellectual iDubbbz,
our silence means something.
So this next part, he talks about how this is a common Nazi talking point, and obviously Jews are an ethnic group.
Here's Mike from PA, who's totally not anti-Semitic and is absolutely 100% only anti-Zionist. And remember, guys, Zionism does not equal Judaism. Remember, Sam Cedar stood here on my show, looked me in the face, and accused me of anti-Semitism for conflating. But Mike here from PA, one of the starlets of this online leftist movement, he is not anti-Semitic, no matter what the Jews try to tell you. Roll it.
Jewish is not an ethnicity.
No, just to pause. He's already doing anti-Semitism. Judaism is a distinct genetic ethnicity. This conversation's been had. It's just scientific. There's a reason that I take a blood test on my heritage and it just says you're Ashkenazi Jew. There's a reason for that. There's a distinct genetic ethnicity to being Jewish. Now,
Yeah, but if you're just like a random lawyer in like Pennsylvania or something, that's not who they care about. They really care about the religious type Jews. Which I'd say, you know, that's straight up communism. They want to re-educate all of the Jews to be like just random people in New York. That's what they want Jews to be like. They don't want them to be religious. They don't want them to be a people. They want them to be either what they want them to be or dead.
denying that is another Nazi talking point.
It's not a fucking ethnic.
Also, sorry, what do you mean? Jew is not an ethnic? Can you fucking reprogram your brain to not be so dumb?
I believe he said a Jewish.
A Jewish is not an ethnic.
Yeah, you're a Jew. You're Jewish. You're a Jewish.
What are you doing, Mike?
You're not an ethnic, bro. Stop it. Dude, I don't know what happened. Mike from PA just fucking skipped his English class to go become an actual Reddit mod ass streamer. This guy is so pathetic in every way humanly possible. It is actually astounding. He breaks the barrier for patheticness. He might actually...
We're all retarded. Everybody is retarded. But if you don't realize that you're retarded, you are the most retarded.
Hold the Guinness World Record for the most repulsive man alive. Literally creams himself in the vicinity of a woman, dude. Holy shit. I just can't get over that, man. Oh my god. Legendary clip. The internet should never let that die ever. And the fact that Ethan even had to explain that is just so sad. Like, legitimately, what are the kinds of people he has to deal with on a regular basis? Like, these are the people actually going after him. And these are the kinds of people that Hasan actually supports. Right, so this next part he talks about Mike from PA running for office. Basically, if you don't know the lore, in the past, this absolute pathetic piece of trash tried to become a politician, and he ended up miserably failing and being kicked off the ballot.
This constructed ethnicity, this demonic ethnicity, wholly invented.
Oh, wow. We have a Michelle from PA in the chat.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And Michelle from PA says he does not represent us.
Michelle, as long as you didn't run for office and then get forced to get off the ballot in disgrace after it was discovered you lied about being a lawyer, even though you're not a lawyer, and you never even passed law school, as far as I could tell. Or maybe he passed law school, but he never passed the bar or something. But he was removed in disgrace from this ballot. He was.
I wonder why. Is it because dude's an actual fucking freak? Is that why? I bet he's a sex pest too. I'm just making a guess based on all of the other people that are orbiting Hasan.
Running on.
A Jewish is not an ethnicity.
Also, he punches couches and he's physically repulsive.
Dude, imagine the timeline where Mike is actually the one making your laws.
Why is nobody drawing the distinction between him and Jared from Subway?
Mike has a position in government where he's actually impacting the lives of day-to-day people. Imagine Mike being
Mike from Subway.
President. Bro would like banish all the Jews or something. Demonic ethnicity. Gotta get them out of there. Honestly, Hitler would love Mike from PA. I'm just saying that. If I had to guess, like, Mike's top policies, probably number one, appoint Hasan Piker as supreme lord and savior of the universe, right? That's number one. Number two, ban all couches. He can't handle another boxing match with the couch. Heaven forbid. Bro obviously is too afraid of getting his ass beat by an inanimate object. And then probably some degenerate rules involving women. We're not gonna get into that, but thank we don't actually live in that timeline. Then Ethan brings up another clip of Mike just theory crafting about Jews, it seems like.
Yeah, so here's Mike from PA recently.
To what showed up on Instagram and YouTube.
When we looked at material that's sensitive to the Chinese Communist Party, these materials were significantly, inexplicably underrepresented on the platform.
Right, they concluded that videos undesirable to the CCP were underrepresented.
Wow, this guy's totally not a CIA agent, guys. This guy's not a CIA agent. I'm sure this guy has never worked in American intelligence.
How does this guy actually have people in his chat? I don't even understand how people could unironically watch this guy.
It is not just literally push like this is so standard.
Go
Joel
ahead.
Finkelstein, guys, he's definitely doesn't. Oh man, he's.
Sorry, Mike. What happened there, bud? He caught himself that time. And then he fell real quiet because he's like, I'm
Joel Finkelstein.
Finkelstein? Oh no, a Jew!
Guys, he's definitely doesn't. Oh man, he's.
What?
What are you doing, Mike? Cat got your tongue.
It's definitely a funny thing to think, but to believe, it's fucking insane to think that Jews are actually a problem. I think it's funny to say that Jews are a problem. I don't think it's funny to actually believe it.
You got your tongue? Somehow he's so.
I think it's funny that this guy believes it. I think that's fucking hilarious.
Anti-Semitic, he became the physical embodiment of an anti-Semitic trope. Look at him.
Guys,
he looks like a
definitely
Nazi. He
doesn't-
looks like a Nazi caricature of a Jewish person.
Oh man.
When he looks to the side.
Yeah, bro, that's you. Look at this Jewish ass looking motherfucker.
He's turning everything he's hated.
No
bro.
wonder he hates Jews so much. Yeah, exactly.
That's why he hates Jews.
John Oliver's watching a clip of this guy talking about how the Chinese Communist Party propaganda is more prevalent on TikTok than other countries or something like that. So he's doing this in service of defending China. Can you be more of a tanky bitch ass loser? Like, you are so hideous.
Dude, literally the most anti-American person humanly possible. It's like,
Like I say, it's not even really that they're anti-American. They definitely are, but they're anti-anything good. And America equals good. Best country on earth. They can't have that.
I even have these people running around. I feel like they're just a detriment now. Listen, I didn't want to say anything, but legitimately, he kind of fits that character.
Best country on earth, best country in history.
All right, no wonder he hates Jews so much. He perfectly fits that meme, and you know which one we're talking about. But honestly, what a pathetically sad existence to literally sit on stream all day and essentially just leech off, you know, Hassan's trickle down fans, I guess if he's offline or something, and you spend literally all your time being this hateful fuck. And these people are the people who are calling you a Nazi. You are the Nazi for saying terrorists are bad. Literally the most vanilla, the most uncontroversial take in the entire world, possibly, all right? Everybody does not like terrorists other than terrorists and Hassan, I guess. Hassan and the Orbiters. That's probably the only two group of people who actually like them, right? But this guy...
I think if Hassan wasn't rich and didn't have an audience and was just a normal dude, I think he probably would just be like a street terrorist.
Says Jews are demonic, but he's not a Nazi, guys. He's not a Nazi. He gets to call you the Nazi. Make it make sense. Somebody actually make it make sense. And you know what I find really funny? Despite the fact that this guy is in the whole...
Yeah, all the insults that they throw, all of the people that they talk about they don't like, it's all projection. When they call them grifters, when they call them Nazis, it's literally the things that they do and the things that they are. It's fucking crazy.
Hassan Orbiter group, and he gets the green light from all of them, it seems like. I remember in the iDubbbz Content Cup, there were a lot of Hassan Orbiters. There was Froggen, there was Denims, there was Sean the Black, you know, a bunch of these people, but Mike from PA...
I hate when black people are all obsessed that their skin color is black. It's just so cringe. Can we just, like, not do that anymore? There's just a certain type of black person who just cannot get over the fact that their skin color is different from everybody else's. And then all that they hang out with is black people. It just blows my mind. Just be normal. Just be a person.
There's nowhere to be seen. Now, I don't know if there was scheduling issues, not like this guy has any fucking thing to do all day other than being a fucking loser on the internet. But apparently, he was the only one not there. Maybe he made the women uncomfortable. Maybe he generally is just a repulsive figure, so he was just sort of banned from there. You know, just sort of guessing here, but oh my god, like, even Froggen fit through the goddamn door, bro. I guess you were just not invited, I suppose. Right, anyway, so Ethan posted this. Mike from PA wants me executed because I called him a virgin, lol. So we have this post on H3H3 Productions. Ah, yes, the death penalty for political opposition. Where have I seen this before? This guy is becoming more and more like Hitler, man. Mike from PA, it's important that we punish the propagandists who supported this genocide.
Okay. Acting like that you're not yourself a propagandist.
Criminal charges, the death penalty, everything should be on the table. Now, the thing is, this guy has called Ethan a propagandist, and he basically calls...
It's funny. You call Ethan a propagandist. It's like I said, everything is a projection. Everything that they are is what they're going to insult people with. You're a propagandist. And you're not? Like, come on.
anybody who he disagrees with a propagandist. He would probably call me a propagandist, even though I'm completely, apolitical here. For context, this guy's talking about people like
Anarchy!
Ethan and Hutch. This guy's a bloodthirsty incel degenerate with absolutely nothing to offer the world besides indignation, perpetually angry, and a soul as dark as a shit-covered a-hole. Jesus Christ. I mean, apt description, I will say. But anyways, Mike responded, I love how these stalker communities just have to invent a framework in order for their unhinged lies to have any purchase. Coming from you, a Hassan Orber talking about
a projection.
Unhinged lies.
Yet again.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. If you propagandize an inside genocide, says the guys calling Jews demonic, bro. Holy shit. It is already a...
Yeah, all you can do is laugh at them because it's so fucking retarded. Like, do they actually not realize what they're doing, or are they just this evil? Like, they have to be absolutely brain-rotted retarded.
Crime in the United States. If you participate in a genocide, the death penalty is already law. Of course, of course. I don't think Ethan and all these people who literally, criticize Israel's government and, support Palestine, I don't think they qualify under your fucking definition, you absolute psychopath. Oh, this is the perfect response. If you propagandize an incite genocide, it is already a crime in the US. I'm assuming the pro-Hamas, Rivers to the Sea, and the Death to Israel and America chants are just PG keying to people like Mike. Of course, of course. Rules for thee, but not for me. Apparently, promoting the propaganda of terrorists and essentially...
Well, they're an oppressed group. What do you expect them to do? They got nothing else.
Eating them in, convincing a bunch of people to like them, using your stream and using your influence like Hassan does, that is completely...
They're just doing what the oppressors did to them the whole time that they've been in existence. See, even I'm going retarded trying to say it.
Okay, guys, that's perfectly fine. The government should not go after you for that shit. Instead, they should put random people who are, calling terrorists bad. They should be the ones put in prison. Obviously, good logic there. I think Mike should go to jail for some months for putting a bounty on stream. Exactly. The amount of hypocrisy is crazy. Putting a bounty is a felony, if I'm correct, right? Yes, you can't just put a bounty.
But it's just jokes, guys. It's just jokes.
On someone, telling people to go and kill them, all right?
Yeah, even if it's a fake one. You can't do that.
Allowed.
Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit.
But once again, nothing happened.
Shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you.
If you just keep letting things like this happen, they're going to pile up and things are going to get much, much worse. And it's going to get much, much worse for these people saying these things because they are going to pile up and people are making compilations and something will be done about it because it's never going to get better. It always gets worse. These people always get worse. They say worse shit. They do worse shit.
If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
They get braver and braver as time goes on, as nothing is done. And eventually, they will be heard, and people will know about them. And something will be done. And it's not going to be good for anybody.
Mike from PA thinks propaganda is when you expose him on his lies. Mike, sorry, I'm trying to read this, but I keep saying this, class. Mike has also engaged in actual incitement to violence many times, unlike Hutch or Ethan. Dude, there's like clips you can hear. Absolutely diabolical. Everybody needs to post this clip everywhere. Make sure he never forgets this shit. Mike from PA, this is the Dead Sea, the saltiest place on earth, second only to your bitch ass. Right, so after this, Ethan talks about the escalating rhetoric from the Hassan orbiters, and he brings up Noah Samson as well, who gave a whole message about how we have direct access to the propagandists, we have direct access to the the weapons and everything, basically inciting violence. Like, these people are crazy.
Mike from PA wants me executed because I called him a virgin. This is just from the other day, by the way. This man is so fucking insane. I am not kidding you when I tell you he is regularly calling for people to kill me or attack me. And
yeah, not only is he insane, he is insanely retarded. Like, you cannot believe how retarded these people are.
Somehow, my Dan Clancy, the only reasonable conclusion is that Dan Clancy hates Jewish people and wants violence to come on them. That's the only one. I'm saying,
Mike from PA comes off as the kid in high school that everybody looks at like, this kid might end up coming to school with a weapon. Like, I could see it, like, especially if you get on his bad side, he can just flip on a dime and just kill everybody.
He was doing it about any other ethnic group. Do you think Dan Clancy would have sat back idly and just been like, kicked his feet up and be like, hey, listen, just the way it is. So Trippy Red, another Twitter user, says, where have we seen this before? Nuremberg trials. Yes, the Nuremberg trials famously was mass executing
podcasters.
Yeah, I guess let's start rounding me up. Let's start rounding all the Jews up in America. I don't think people should mail you skulls. I just think they should kill you.
Or over anyone else in the world to stop the genocide. We are living in the belly of the beast. We have direct geographical, physical access to the politicians, the propagandists, the...
Dude, everybody really thinks that they're like V from V for Vendetta. Like, they really do. They think that they're the guy on the screen that is gonna tell people that shit sucks. We need to do something about it.
Weapons companies, but also, I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves. 17 months in, and
Everybody's
what is
trying to be a
protesting
revolutionary.
actually accomplished? Raising awareness, sure.
Well, your form of protest maybe hasn't done anything because all you do is send me death threats. I don't know how that's supposed to help Gaza.
If we want this genocide to stop, it's time to escalate.
Yeah, of course. That is
Yeah, the only actual real form of protest that I see actually doing anything nowadays is to flood people on the internet. Not harassment, but like, if there's some retards doing some retarded shit, flood them and let everybody know that these people are retarded. Let them know that they are retarded. That's how we get retards off the internet. And that's how we get, like, say, payment processors who are going way too far, getting things censored that aren't illegal. That's how we get them to stop doing their bullshit. We got to flood them on the internet.
Completely sane, of course. Time to escalate, guys. I wonder what that means. We have direct physical access to all these people. What does that supposed to mean? Like, what is a good faith interpretation of that? Obviously, these people cannot win based...
Yeah, we need to make these people famous. Everybody needs to know about these people.
Based on the merit of their arguments, so they have to go to violence. And this is what Hassan was saying even in the video we covered previously, very recently, where Hassan was giving that speech with Taylor Lorenz, and he was basically like, oh, we gotta escalate, it's the perfect time for a revolution. And then he was talking about someone has to do it.
And you actually wrote about this, and it was a great...
Yeah, I think people like this are gonna cause a lot more violence in the streets in the near future. I think the riots are going to get worse. The yearly riots, riot season, as we have come to call it, I think they're going to get worse. I think people are going to crash out harder than ever. I think simultaneously, as we enter a golden age, we're going to get people freaking the fuck out.
Video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential. Untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact, and it's a great opportunity for organizing, I think.
Which is a reference to assassinating the president, which is not something that, that is going to result in a positive thing for America. Obviously, people are saying...
That's definitely what it references, but I don't think that's even what Hassan's referencing. I think he's talking about everybody. I think he's talking about all the billionaires, all the people in power, like the healthcare professionals, things like that. That like CEOs, not just the president, because he wants it to go beyond that.
Well, JD Vance is just going to take over and, be just as, enact the same policies or something. And you cannot like Trump. I explicitly said I don't like his, what he's doing with the Epstein files and a bunch of other shit about him. So it's like you can win the election. You can actually vote and participate and try to beat people the fair and just way instead of escalating to violence. That's when society completely degrades. That's when you get these fucking psychopaths supporting literal terrorists, and apparently they have a fan base. Apparently they have like thousands and thousands of people who openly support them, and they justify it using this ridiculous logic of, except...
Dude, they flood my comments. Anytime I talk about Hassan Piker, they flood my comments.
It is also bad. Therefore, the terrorists that, violate...
Overwhelming dislikes.
Children, they're perfectly fine. I'm gonna glaze them. I'm gonna give them a little love heart, go kidnap some sailors, At the end of the day, they literally just want violence. Like, they may dance around it. They may try to justify it in any which way, cloak it all in all these sentiments, but eventually it sort of leaks through. But at the end of the day, they're just bigoted freaks who want to harm other innocent humans here. And this is why the series is
and people are slowly coming to terms with it. It's coming to light. It's all coming out. People are finding out.
Important. We're making people aware that these
Eventually they're gonna fuck around enough, they're really gonna find out.
people are not what they seem, and they're like a, you know, wolf in sheep's clothing or whatever. They're like snakes in the grass. This is not regular political disagreement. These are just extremist freaks who need to be disavowed by both the left and the right and everybody in between.
They're insane liars and they're completely fucking brain dead retarded.
Ethnicity wholly invented. Can you clarify what you meant? Mike says Zionism is a constructed nationalism for settler colonialism in Palestine.
Nice. He used all the keywords.
Nice try, bud. It's a little too late for that game. Can we at least acknowledge the game they're playing?
He literally used all the keywords. Like the sentence is like
they don't even realize we can see what they're doing. Because they don't see all of the things that they're saying as one thing, as one body of work, like we see it. They say something and they move on to the next thing. And then we compile it and we're like, we can see the pattern here.
Zionism, nationalism, settler, colonialism, and Palestine. We'll throw that in too. Even though he wasn't talking about Palestine, he was literally just talking about Jewish people. You didn't say Zionism.
They always got to get that Palestine in there. Don't you know there's a genocide going on?
They responded, that's what I was referring to. Hello? The context of me watching war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu talking to the UN almost a year ago makes that clear. I know who Nettie is and what he's done and he's doing. You didn't say Zionist, you said Jewish. Oh, Mike, come on, bud. That's all you've got?
Dude, you can't make this shit up. Imagine literally saying the word Jewish and still claiming that you're talking about Zionists. It's like, that is the dumbest argument ever. That might actually be dumber than when Hassan said that death to America, death to Israel. That doesn't mean death to America. It's actually, well, America's an alien civilization that is so powerful, therefore it's all justified or whatever. Some random ass argument, you know, you can check out the previous videos to, you know, catch up on the lore there. But it's like, they take the actual meanings of words, completely change it to, you know, fit some of their agenda or whatever. And now when they're caught, you know, when they're exposed in front of their face with literal proof, video proof of this guy, you know, conflating, you know, the whole Jewish thing, Zionist thing and all that, they have no way to argue it and they just fall back to their baseline. Well, actually, I was talking about the Zionists. Like, then why do you say Jewish, you absolute fucking freak? And it's like, just admit it at this point. You know, you slipped up, you revealed your true intentions that we already knew.
Yeah, well, he can't actually admit it because if he did, he probably would actually get banned. Even though that is actually how he feels, how these people feel, what they think, what they do.
Okay, let's not act like we didn't already knew this, but it's nice to have some confirmation that this is exactly how they feel. So anyways, after this, Mike responded again, and his defense
They just
is
don't
basically
shut up.
like the clip is like months old, so which means like you should have been banned earlier and Twitch just completely ignored this.
I think I already did. I said that Jewishness is an ethno-religion. It's not an ethnicity. And that Israel does not represent Jewish people.
Okay, that
Israel-
isn't what he said in the clip, to be clear.
That is not what he said in the clip.
Yeah.
He said
Jewish
Jew
is
is not an
ethnicity.
Yeah.
He said Jew is not an ethnic.
Jew is not a fucking ethnic.
You know, I mean,
This demonic ethnicity. A clip of mine that has me wearing a headset or has a different background than the red background, those are months old. Months old.
Months
10
old.
month out of content clips.
Out of
I
context?
can't bring you the context because the VOD is expired.
Oh, why do you let all
my
your
God.
VODs
And I don't
expire?
That's what I'm
understand
talking
how
about,
they even
man.
got that.
Yeah, they just say a thing and move on from it. And then we're just left to compile it and be like, bro, we see the pattern. We know what you're talking about here. We know what you're about. And then you just come out and say it like that. And you're like, no, actually, I meant Zionists. And we're like, no, bro, the pattern shows this is actually what you meant to say. And you were trying to cover it up with Zionist and you just slipped up.
Is scrambling.
how did you find that? 8 months? Like, dude, who even remembers that?
Ancient history, bro.
Who even remembers, bro?
Dude, I just
Yeah, I think you're underestimating the autism of the internet.
love how he literally has basically no remorse for what he said. What he's more concerned with is how he got caught. He's like, well, that clip was months old. oh, the VOD should have been deleted. How did you guys even find that? First off, if you post anything on the internet, people will find it. Okay,
Yep.
that's the first
And they're going to compile it.
thing you got to understand about that. I feel like all the Hassan orbiters are
Everything
so stupid,
you
you know,
say.
like with Frogan and Denims trying to delete their VODs after, you know, Ethan tried to sue them for violating copyright and stuff.
It's like these people are old and retarded, and they have no idea how the internet works. They just happen to figure out how to start streaming, and they did.
Like you can't just get rid of the evidence, all right? It's never gonna go away. Now, I'm surprised it took so long to actually find this clip, but Mike is just that irrelevant, so, you know. But it's just crazy that that was actually his concern. No apology, he's just sort of doubling down on it. And you pathetic fucking loser. It's not like this was a clip from 20 years ago. You aren't being called out for saying a slur in 2005. You're being called out for a clip from literally a few months ago. You haven't changed your views at all. This is you, and you're even doubling down and defending it. You absolute loser. Holy shit. And oh my god, it wouldn't be a Hassan Orbiter without using the out of context excuse. He really is like embodying every single one of their values through and through, right? And it was completely in context.
It kind of doesn't really even matter the context. It's a pattern that we see, and it is an obvious pattern that leads to we know exactly what the fuck you are about.
Okay, tell me, okay, give us the context. What is the full context of calling Jews a demonic ethnicity? Like, what the fuck is the context for that? Guys, you don't understand. The context was that Hitler actually reincarnated from the dead, put a gun to my head, and forced me to say that. That's the context, obviously. Then they talk about if you'll actually be banned on Twitch.
No.
I think the majority of myself thinks he won't even be punished for it.
That's
Really?
my
True.
prediction. No punishment.
I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, it's going to have to get much, much worse for anything to actually happen. I think Twitch is going to get in trouble before anybody actually gets banned.
15 days.
I'm so jaded by
2 weeks.
now. That would be surprising to me.
Okay.
Yep. I think people are naturally just going to start hopping off of Twitch. I don't even think that it's going to be like they're even going to like do anything about it. I don't think that I think it's going to get worse, and people are going to be like, "All right, well, we're just going to leave." And they're going to be like, "No, guys, come back." And then still do nothing about it.
My bet.
I agree with you, Ethan. I don't think they're gonna do fucking shit.
I mean,
think
he's been
zero?
calling for my death, and nothing
They love
happens.
it. Honestly, in my opinion, I think they just love it.
Yep.
That's the only conclusion I can make.
Absolutely. There's no other conclusion to draw from it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan
Yep. I think they're taking funny money from terrorist organizations. I honestly do.
Clancy's on the record saying Hassan's his favorite streamer.
Listen, to be honest, I think it'll just be like a slap on the wrist, because basically this is what happened. Even when Hassan did that bullshit, right? He got a 24-hour ban on
Yep.
his day off, which is not a ban. Literally a
Yeah, what's going to happen is people are going to start getting scared that they're going to be the ones who are banned for bullshit, and these people aren't going to be. So they're going to just hop off. They're going to go elsewhere, somewhere where they know what the rules are going to be like.
vacation, right? So it's just a bunch of PR bullshit. We all know that Dan Clancy supports this behavior, right? The fact that he doesn't ban open terrorist glazers on his platform just proves that he is either anti-Semitic or has dementia or some shit. I don't know.
Or he's taking funny money.
What else is going on here? So I'm predicting it's going to be some bullshit fake ban or whatever, right? Okay, future Pegasus here. Mike from PA banned on Twitch. Twitch
Oh,
Partner
shit.
Central Committee has been banned. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a slap on the wrist. It doesn't tell you the time they were actually banned for. I feel like what he did definitely deserves a permaban, and not
Yep.
just because of the Jews are demonic
Yeah, I think all of these people need permabans.
thing. It's because of the constant death threats. Like, Ethan needs to bleed from the corner of his mouth. He puts a bounty on someone to go and fucking kill them. I feel like that's not a Twitch issue. That is something that should get you put in prison, right? Legitimately arrested. So I don't know why nobody has actually acted on that. I guess somebody needs to like file charges or something like that, but ridiculous how you can put bounties on people.
Yeah, I think just the people at the top are fucking retarded. People in the government, fucking retarded. Everybody's fucking retarded. That's what I've been saying.
And you're just fine. Tecton responded 1 week tops.
Retards all around.
Asmongold responded, got him. For what a day. Honestly, dude is getting unhinged. Let's go. Hopefully it's a longer ban. You really think Gooning Lord Dan Clancy is gonna give a longer ban, please? And it's not just 1 day or 1 week. Nothing. He honestly deserves a perma for what he's done. Absolutely.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Just gotta take a beating. Classic, classic. Roach King remains undefeated. Yeah, people are saying this is because, you know, Asmon sort of rallied his community for this. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Who knows why? I think Twitch is just trying to sort of save their PR or something, but it's not going to
Yep,
do much
trying to save
unless
face.
you ban everybody else as well.
True.
And legitimately, like, people like Hassan deserve a permaban at this point.
And there's so many smaller people than Mike from PA that say the same shit that nothing's gonna happen to because nobody knows who they are.
So I don't know. I just don't think it's enough. We'll see. I'll give you guys updates on how long he actually stays banned. Now click this video or you turn into Mike from PA, a fate worse than death. All right, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I think we'll find out that how long he's getting banned and how long he got banned when he comes back in probably a day or two, or maybe a week, or maybe 2 weeks. Who knows? I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna be 2 weeks. I doubt it's gonna be a week. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications.